Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Alim Belu and today I will be your host for this Oxygen XML live webinar titled AI-powered web authoring and collaboration. As you might know by now, the Oxygen AI Positron add-on makes it easier than ever for SMEs to contribute well-structured content, thus helping them overcome the challenges of creating properly structured documents. So with this in mind, we reached out to our colleague Bogdan Dumitru. Hi, Bogdan.
Hello.
Software developer at Syncrosoft, to take an in-depth look at the newest enhancements to Oxygen AI Positron in WebAuthor and Content Fusion. So in this 1 hour live session, we will highlight how these latest AI-driven features can make your authoring and collaboration workflows smarter, faster, and more efficient. So without wasting any more time, I want to tell everyone that this webinar is being recorded, and the recording will be available on the event page along with Bogdan's presentation slides, and it will also be uploaded to our Oxygen XML YouTube channel. And if you haven't visited our channel yet, we highly recommend checking it out after this session, because it's a great resource full of tutorials, webinar recordings, and useful tips. And we also encourage you to ask questions throughout the session by using the GoToWebinar platform in the questions panel, where our colleague Radu Coravu will help us with the answers in real time. And of course, we will revisit your questions at the end in the Q&A session for the benefit of everyone joining us. So with this being said, I give the floor to Bogdan.
So, AI-powered web authoring and collaboration. In this webinar, I will present what are the features that AI Positron brings to WebAuthor and Content Fusion. First, I want to clarify the involved products, because I'll talk about them a lot. First is Oxygen XML WebAuthor, which is our web-based solution for authoring documents, primarily XML documents. WebAuthor has review features, has track changes, has review comments. One particularity for WebAuthor is that it doesn't contain storage built-in, but it comes with many connectors for popular file services such as GitHub, WebDAV, CMIs, and many more. WebAuthor can be used as is directly, or it can be integrated or embedded as WebAuthor component in other products. Oxygen Content Fusion is our web-based platform or solution that goes further and addresses even more use cases and even more needs other than authoring. Content Fusion addresses collaboration, publishing, project level validation, and few other requirements. The similarity between WebAuthor and Content Fusion is that both share the same editing engine, but unlike WebAuthor, Content Fusion comes with built-in storage. The storage is on Git, and it can synchronize with existing Git repositories also. Oxygen AI Positron. This brings AI to the previously mentioned products. It helps writers do more. And about the agenda for this webinar, I will start briefly with the foundation features that every AI agent or assistant must have, such that the chat, the history, the favorites where you can save and you load prompts, so that you don't have to write the prompt each time you have to use it. The possibility to add attachment files to the chat. Last but not least, the diff, which allows you to preview changes in the document. After this, I will talk about the XML aware features, because this is not just a chat that rephrases the text and you just insert it in the document. This AI Positron is it has some XML aware features, like the AI actions that can restructure your document. It has XML aware tools that allows you to interact with your XML project, and it also has validation. The content that is generated with AI Positron is valid according to your schema. I will show you this later. I'll present how AI goes further, and it helps you not to edit just a single file, but it works with the whole project, because is aware of your context in the editor, is aware of the open document, is aware of the context DITA map and few other things. And it allows you also to define custom actions, and I'll show you how you can create custom actions for your particular project in Content Fusion, and also how to define a custom chat mode. In the end, I'll present available models and available connectors. Well, in this webinar, I won't cover AI Positron in Oxygen XML editor. There, I think we will be even more things to say about AI. But before we dig in, I want to raise a poll to see how many of you have used AI Positron already. Please answer with yes or no. You should see in the GoToWebinar panel the poll, and I will wait a little for the answers. Okay, so 57 of you, 57% already used AI Positron. That's amazing, right? Thank you for the vote. Next. Okay, what are the foundation features offered by AI Positron? Well, it offers a chat where it allows you to send messages to an LLM, and you can insert responses in the document. It has history. You can go back to all conversation and continue chatting. It has favorites prompt. You can save a prompt as favorite and avoid having to rewrite each time you want to use it. About attachments, you can attach other files to the chat, but I will discuss about this separately in following slides. And the div, you can preview a div between the current document and the AI response applied to it. So you don't have, with the div, you won't accept AI changes without knowing exactly what is changed in the document. You have full control and transparency with it. And this is how it looks. Is a side view that appears in WebAuthor and Content Fusion. In the top part, you have the button to create a new chat, the history, the actions, and in the bottom part, the text area box when you write your message. Okay. So about attachments. The thing here is that you can attach not just XML, you can attach Markdown or plain text files, but also images. You can attach PDF, Word, PowerPoint documents, and the chat will consume the information within them. you can add an attachment either by browsing from project files, or you can even upload local files. Okay, and to upload the local file, you can simply drag and drop the file over the chat text area, or you can copy paste it, or you can click the upload from local file button from here. And this is our message with instructions related to two attachments looks. You can see the first attachment here and the second attachment here. Okay. And now a short demo with how a subject matter expert can commit to a documentation project written in DITA, a local PDF document. I will open a DITA project from the public Content Fusion server that I have open right now. This is the project that I have prepared. This project talks about an imaginary car, a futuristic car called Polestar. Okay. And the PDF that I want to add to this project is here. Let me show you the PDF. So it has a few sections. So in order to add it to the project, I will go to the AI Positron view from here. And I will go to the chat and I'll write something like add a new topic with this, and I will drag and drop the PDF like this. And then click send. And you now see that the AI started. It first reads the context of the project, it reads the context DITA map, then it writes the new DITA topic. You can see it here. And after this, the AI Positron updates the DITA map. And if I click here, I will see the new topic added here. It's added right after the troubleshooting common issues topic. That's okay, but now I want to group those topics together because I think are somehow related. Considering that I'm a subject matter expert, I assume that I don't have too many DITA knowledge to do this manually, and I will have to ask the AI Positron to group those topics for me. And I will say, please, why not? Group together the troubleshooting topics. I want them to form some kind of a section or subsection together. Again, it reads the DITA context, it reads the map, it reads the troubleshooting common issues. That's interesting. And it updated the DITA map. Okay, so now I have a troubleshooting section with two topics inside. That's great. Okay, moving on. Here. Okay. XML aware features. Now that I've established that you can use AI Positron to write topics, let's move forward. The AI Positron not just generates text to be added inside the paragraph, which anybody or any AI can do. It goes further with AI actions, AI tools, and it works with your XML markup. The key here is that it works not with generic XML markup or generic DITA markup, but with your own markup, your validation rules. Let's talk about each item individually. The first one, XML-aware AI actions. Well, to put it simply, an AI action can be seen as a fine-tuned prompt that changes the document for a specific purpose. Of course, that is not just the prompt, but more details later, where I show you how you can create your custom actions. The nice thing here is that Positron provides many built-in AI actions, some with the purpose of writing content and some that helps you with the markup. For example, Positron have an action to generate short description for your topics, so that you don't have to read the whole topic and write or compile a short description by yourself, because this consumes time. It has actions to improve the structure of the topic. It can split a topic in multiple topic files. It can even fix validation problems for you. This is another action. And another example will be that Positron have actions to convert between DITA topic types. It can convert a topic to a task or a topic to a concept. Okay. About the XML-aware AI tools. The tools are interfaces or functions that the AI has access to, and with those tools, it can interact with the documents or with the project. The Positron comes with many built-in AI tools or functions that the AI can invoke, such as the tool to search in the project for other files or documents. It has a tool on DITA to find similar reusable content. So you can ask in the Positron chat to replace a snippet with a key definition, maybe. Another example of a tool is to validate document content, and many more. For both the AI actions and the AI tools, here you can see a link that goes you to the documentation page, where you can see all of the actions and all of the tools available. Okay, next. Now I'll want to demonstrate how you can use AI actions and built-in actions. I have prepared a project about an imaginary paper, and where I want to write about a specific mathematical equation. The equation, let me show you what I want to do. First, let me open the project. This is the project. So the project name is Rigor and Proof Paper Review. It's a review of a paper, split it in multiple topics, one for each section within the paper. And here in this project, I want to talk about an equation within the paper. And just let me open the paper just a second. Here's the whole paper, and let's say that I want to talk about this equation. I want to write it in my DITA document. This is very time-consuming job, because if I want to translate this to MathML equation, I will have to write many elements for each fraction and sum and parentheses and all the stuff. But I can do this much faster with the AI Positron. First, I will open the Positron chat and I will say, please add or let me just open the topic where I want to add the equation. This is the topic. Please add this equation. And sorry. Next, I will open the snipping tool and I will take as a crop. I will take a crop image. I copy this and I go here and press Ctrl V and send. I forgot something. It's not what I wanted, right? I wanted MathML. Well, for this, it's better to use the built-in formula equation action. Let me show you again with the action that's specially designed for the MathML equation. Click the action. Okay, now I have to send the picture with the equation, paste and send. It works well now. It works well now because as opposed to the free style chat, these actions was specially crafted and specially designed, specially written for providing well written and correct MathML equations. Okay, and to insert it, I will go here and add a new paragraph and click this button, which is insert. Oh no, doesn't work. No problem, because the AI Positron started validating the document. Let's hope that it fixes the problem. Can click replace, and it works. That's great. I don't know exactly what was the problem. Maybe I forgot to define the MathML or the XML NS namespace. I don't know. But the good thing here is that Positron helped me, and I just wrote this equation much faster than I would have been done if I would had to write it by myself, because behind it here are too many elements. Okay, let's move forward. Forward here. Next, XML validation for AI generated content. Well, as you already had the chance to see, positron writes or replace when positron writes content, it automatically validates it. This happens when you ask it to write a file, and we'll call the write file tool. And this happens when you take the response from the AI and insert it in the document. this happens because we'll validate the snippet from AI in the where you insert it in the document, because an XML snippet can be valid in a location but invalid in another location. Okay, and this is how it looks when a validation error occurs when pressing the replace document button. You can see a box that says the number of validation problems detected. And if you press this button here, you can see the details behind. You can see the error messages for each validation problem detected. And now I will demonstrate how Positron validates according to your schema. I will open a Content Fusion server where I uploaded a framework with a specially crafted schematron file. And this schematron file imposes that each topic should have audience element declared. So here is the project. And if I open the first topic here, you can see the validation problem generated by the custom schematron rule. Also, I have a quick fix that I can press to correct this topic. This topic now is valid. Okay. I will commit this valid topic because I don't want invalid topics in this repository. Just click changes and click commit. I will give it a commit message. Correct validation problem. Okay. Next, I will go to a Positron. And what I want to ask from the AI Positron to do, I want, let's say, to ask AI to write a topic about the car's performance on winter. So please add a topic about car's performance on car performance effects, about how winter affects car performance. There is a context DITA map. I think now it compiles the topic. Interesting. After it reads the context DITA map, it come to the conclusion that it has to read the performance post-star DITA topic. That's interesting. Maybe because I've asked to add a topic related to performance, Positron automatically search to the project to find other performance-related topics. That's okay, that's great. And here you can see that it created a checkpoint before applying the changes. With this, if I don't like what changed in the project, what added or what modified, I can simply press this button and revert the changes. Here I can see the new topic and the update in the DITA Map. So if I open this topic automatically contains the audience declared, and this doesn't have validation problem. So the thing here is that AI Positron takes into account the custom validation schematron validation file that this project contains, and when I ask Positron to generate a topic, it automatically corrects under the scene to generate valid topics. And let me talk a little bit about the surrounding of AI Positron and what users will usually do next. Users, after reviewing the changes with the diff buttons from here and here, usually they will go and commit them. But now that I'm inside Content Fusion, I can show you that the Changes tab updated, and you can see that there are 2 files changed. Here I'm in the personal workspace of Content Fusion. The personal workspace works like the local private working directory where I can change many files in the project or refactor the project, and when I'm okay, I can review the changes and then commit, and after I commit them, other colleagues from the team will see my changes. I can review the changes from here. If I click this file, I see the differences. So this is the added topic, and here I can see the topic. Okay. With the changes made inside the personal workspace, I have 2 options. I can either commit them to the repository, or I can create a review task and ask for feedback from other colleagues. This review task works like a pull request where I can propose a change to the project, share the proposal of change with some colleagues, and some other colleague, maybe the project owner or the chief technical writer, will review my changes and accept them and integrate them into the project. Okay. Another note here is that Positron not just helps me to generate content, it can also help me to navigate through this project. I can ask him where I can write a topic about where I can write something about car performance, and Positron will automatically use the built-in tools to search my project, inspect it, and will propose me or should propose me location where I can add the particular information in this project. But I have to write a better or more targeted question, because this, I think, was too generic. Okay, let's move forward. Next. And now, adaptive to user context. Now that that I've established that you can use Positron to write text and markup in the current document, I have to say that Positron knows more than just the current document. Positron is aware of a broader user context. Positron being aware of the current project location, the current DITA map, the current document location. Positron even knows what is the selection within the editor. And this helps because when you work with it, you don't have to give it too many details or additional details. You focus on what you want. This makes a huge difference compared to external AI chats, where users will have to manually copy the snippets from the documents and paste them for each interaction. Here, of course, that anybody can use ChatGPT directly, but will you be willing to always tell ChatGPT the selected paragraph that you want to be rephrased or changed? Probably not. And more than this, you can customize the positron for each project with custom actions and even custom chat modes depending on your project. And onwards, I'll show you how to create a custom action and custom chat mode for your Content Fusion project. The custom AI actions. Well, Positron supports defining custom actions in WebAuthor at application level and framework level, but in Content Fusion supports at framework level and at application level and framework level, but also at project level. So you can have actions for every document or for every family of documents or for every document opened from a particular project. Now I want to clarify for those of you who are familiarized with the action concept from the framework sphere. I want to clarify the distinction between the AI action and the framework action concept. The framework action invokes an author operation that programmatically edits the document, for example, insert fragment or delete element tags. But the AI action, this invokes the AI with a prompt to edit the document. And about the anatomy of an AI action, well, an AI action is simply a JSON file that describes the following. It describes the ID of the action, the title, the description. It contains the prompt. It specifies the framework where this action is available, the available tools or functions that can be called when this action is invoked, and the context within the application that this action has access to. The easiest way to create a custom AI action is to create one using the AI Positron custom action JSON template from Oxygen XML editor. I will show you this later. If you want to define a chat mode, you have to specify this prefix for the ID. And if you want more details, you can open those documentation links where you can see all the details that you can specify in the action description, action JSON descriptor file. Okay, you have a JSON. How do you apply it? Well, if you want to apply the custom action at application level, you go to administration page and upload it there. If you want to apply the custom action at framework level, you have to put the action JSON in the Positron AI actions directory inside the framework. And if you want the action to be at project level for a particular project, place the action JSON file in the Positron AI action directory inside the project. And here you can see in the right side the JSON for custom action, or the first part from the JSON, because the picture is cropped. The ID, the title, and the prompt ref. The prompt ref is a reference to a relative file next to the action JSON where the prompt is located, because you have two options. You can either use prompt at prompt key to specify the prompt inline in the action file, or you can extract the prompt in the separate file and refer it with the prompt ref attribute or key. In the left side, you can see that the action file is added inside the .content fusion directory and the Positron actions directory. And in this picture, you can see an example of an AI prompt. Okay. And here you can see how it looks in the UI. Here you can see the chat mode, the custom chat mode that I called SME friendly. And when you hover it, you can see this tooltip with more detailed explanation for this chat mode. The chat mode works more or less like a system prompt for the chat session. And in the right side, you can see the examples of a few custom AI actions. In my example, I have actions for some checks that you may want to do when dealing with marketing documents or marketing related files. Maybe we can have an action to check the CEO, the CTA, or to check that the benefits are mentioned for each feature. I don't know. But now let me show you how you can create the custom action and the custom chat mode from scratch. I will create the idea of the demonstration is that I will create an EU units custom action with the purpose of converting the American metric units to European units in the document. For example, meters to miles, and the exemplified chat mode will be a chat mode called SME friendly that has the purpose to help subject matter experts to interact with the project and maybe to correct their custom terms, but I will show you. First, I have to go to Oxygen XML editor, and here I press new, and I have to choose the AI Positron custom action template. Click new, and let me zoom a little. This template already contains some of the required, or maybe all of the required properties. the title, the ID, description. I won't fill each of the detail within the JSON, but I can show you some tricks. Here, if you press Control space or Command space, the content completion shows, and you can see what can you define for this action. You can define the category, the parameters, the description, but more details or more information, I advise you to seek in the documentation. I will open the sample action and the sample chat mode from here. So what I have here. Here is the custom chat mode for a subject matter expert friendly chat. It applies on DITA and it uses this prompt. And within this prompt, I advise the AI to use colloquial terms to avoid data-specific terms because subject matter experts are not so familiarized with data concepts or data terms like DITA Map or topic or conref or concref. The purpose here is to have a chat that talks talks with the subject matter expert with friendly terms so that the subject matter expert will understand what they respond. And below, I advise the AI to correct the jargon or the terms that I expect from a subject matter expert to use. For example, I expect that a subject matter expert will use the bandwidth term or maybe an internal name for, I don't know, for the operating system like intern CarOS, that I don't want this to enter the documentation. And with this prompt, everything that is written in the chat will be more or less filtered, and instead, and when the subject matter expert will use the intern CarOS, the AI Positron actually will write content for the user using the vehicle OS term, so that the user will understand things. Okay. And besides the prompt, here you can see the expand param section where I control what context from the application the chat sessions that uses this mode use it or has access to. And below in the function res, here I list the functions or tools that the chat in this mode can call. I can control to give just the functions that are relevant for the purpose of this chat mode. The built-in chat modes are urgent, agent, DITA agent, and ask. And for example, for ask, the functions that are references in the file are just functions that do not change or write anything in the project. All of the functions or the tools defined in the ask mode are just functions that just retrieve information from the project. Okay, let's place those files in the content fusion in a particular project and use them. I will open the project. I have opened the project here. I will continue with this project. I will expand the content fusion directory and new folder. The folder that I have to create is Positron AI Actions. Okay. And I will upload the files that I showed in the XML editor. Okay. And now that the chat mode JSON is here and the prompt Markdown is here, I can go to a Positron here and maybe reload the page. And now I see the new chat mode, the subject matter expert friendly chat mode. And with this, I can go and say things like add FAQ topic to instruct user to check bandwidth, whatever that means. When intern car OS, this is an intern a term that shouldn't leave the company, update fails. To add a new FAQ topic, changing the and you can see that more or less it corrected the terms that I have used. Instead of in the CarOS, it says update fails. Okay. Add a new topic in this project about it. And I will open the DITA Map and again send. I can find an existing FAQ section. Okay, it's right. I don't have an FAQ section. Create one. Why not? And the gods of AI failed me today. There's a problem. Could not add a topic Because content is not allowed in problem. Okay, I can get through this. Let me see what the topic that they managed to create looks like. Okay, and here I can see that it talks about operating system. It doesn't mention that crazy Internet CarOS term. It's good. It says transfer capacity and parenthesis bandwidth. Okay, and that's good because when the user reads this topic, will see terms that the user knows, not internal terms in your company or some funky terminology. Okay, but if I want to add this topic to the to the DITA Map manually, I can go here to the Publications tab and right-click, add topic reference, and select this and click OK. And I can drag and drop and rearrange this like this or like this. It's easy. And the custom action, I've just shown you the custom chat mode and the custom action. How about them? Well, the custom action is pretty similar, but you don't have to specify this prefix, this one. So if you create a new template like this, you can say, please correct metrics from, please use American metrics rather than European metrics. For example, from meter to kilometer to mile. I'm not the greatest person on prompt building, so normally you will have to develop this prompt a little, test it, test the prompt before deploying it. But the purpose here is just to see, to show you that you can add a custom action. Give it an ID, convert metrics, title, use American metrics. Use American metrics. Okay, and I will have to save it maybe here. Use American metrics. And this is the custom action file that I can go here and here and here. Let me just delete this one because I don't need it. Okay, and upload it here. And now I go here, reload the page. And now the use American metrics action is visible. And to show you how it works, I have this topic that already talks about miles. But if it would be like this, I can select the text and click the use American metrics. But because my prompt was not too great, it also added more than just the selection. And now normally I will have to go back to the prompt and ask the AI to do not add anything extra, anything additional. But the action works anyway. Okay, let me go back to the presentation. Okay, so you can have custom chat modes for your project. You can have custom AI actions for crazy or various use cases. Let's move on. Besides the custom AI actions, you can extend AI Positron by defining custom tools and even custom connectors. Here is a link that goes you to the documentation page that explains how you can do this. Basically, you can have you have to create a custom plugin where you have to implement a Java interface from the API, and with this you define your custom AI tool. One other note is that you can even have custom AI connectors besides the built-in ones. And about the models and connectors. The default model that we currently use is GPT 4.1. It's a fast and cheap one that works reasonably well with the documentation. If you want to experiment with other models, you can go to administration page and change the model used in the AI Positron. And note that you can connect AI Positron with other AI providers like OpenAI or Microsoft Azure OpenAI or Anthropic Claude or Google Gemini or Grok. Other important mention here is that AI Positron can also connect with Vertex AI service. With this, you can connect with your fine-tuned or specially tuned or trained models. And last, another question time. I want to raise a question. The question is, what features to AI Positron would you be most exciting to see next? Please write the question in the GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar panel. But if you want to answer later, you can also write an email to our support.oxygenxml.com email address. With this question, we are interested in what you want to see from Positron next. I saw in the beginning that a big part of the attendees from this meeting already use Positron. Many of you already use it, and I'm sure that you have use cases or you have features in mind that you want to see in AI Positron, and this would help us a lot, because your feedback matters, and we always want to know what are the most valuable features or most wanted features that you guys want from our products.
Thank you, Bogdan. I think we can expect their answers by mail
Okay,
I
yeah.
think we ran a little bit late with the presentation, so big thank you to you for this extensive presentation and use cases for today. So I propose that we run through the Q&A session, and let's offer some answers to our audience if this is okay with you.
Yeah. Thank you. And before that, thank you everybody for the attention.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sure that everyone enjoyed because we got a lot of questions. For example, which LLM model is behind Oxygen Positron? And this actually was discussed by Bogdan a few slides ago. When used in a company, the add-on needs to be configured in the admin pages and connected to a company approved LLM, as we support connections like Bogdan presented to OpenAI GPT, Gemini, Anthropic, and other OpenAI compatible APIs like Llama. By default, in this case, Bogdan used ChatGPT 4.1 as the LLM model. Which possibilities do I have to fine-tune or adapt the generated positron output to our company-specific writing style? Example reference documents which are analyzed by your model. This was asked by Alexander. For starters, we would suggest defining a good project context prompt in the AI Positron preferences. For this, we direct you to our blog, blog.oxygenxml.com. You can find there an article written titled Customizing AI Positron for your DITA XML project, along with other articles full of useful use cases and explained in a short form and also with great visuals. But returning to this question, one could also connect AI Positron to a web help feedback site, which could be used by Positron to search for various rules and use this external documentation source to give answers closer to the style guide. Do I get it right that for your actions, you are using specific system prompts? For example, equation using the image function of GPT 4.1 to translate it into MathML. And yes, an AI action, and we provide lots of them, but you also can create your own. So an AI action contains a prompt and details about how its output should be inserted in the document. Again, we have a great article on this, creating custom AI actions for the AI Positron add-on, again, that you can find on our blog, Oxygen XML. Okay. And I think in your specific example with creating a MathML equation, there is also the vision feature of GPT 4.1. Yeah. So we can go to the other question. Let me just see. Oh, this is a great one. I probably have missed it, but is there the possibility to scroll through the previous Positron chat messages to recap and even adapt the question to trigger an update of the answer? And besides the fact that you can use the chat history to see all their interactions, you can also go to the question you have posed at a certain stage in your current conversation and edit it. So this is a great feature.
Let me show you this one. Why not?
Sure.
So you can go to past chats by using this button here, and in the chat, let me choose one relevant. I think my chats have just one interaction, but I can generate one right now. Say hello. And again, more. You can also edit past messages with this button here and send a different message. Say hola, and you can navigate the messages within this chat session with those two buttons, like branches. Okay. Aline, you may proceed forward. Questions?
Perfect. I think we can turn our cameras back on just to create a more dynamic atmosphere. Again, another question from Alexander. Is there a possibility to refactor multiple documents or somehow automate refactoring of multiple documents? And the desktop AI Positron add-on installed in Oxygen XML editor allows invoking AI actions on an entire folder of files in a local Git repo for repository, for example. But we do not yet have this batch AI refactoring feature in the web author platform. And again, the usual question, is there a recording for this presentation that we can access later? Of course, we will make it available to you in the following days on our event page and on our Oxygen XML YouTube channel. And we have one last question that came just in. Can we export an entire chat session to a file for use in creating internal documentation or presentations for Positron in another application? So thank you, John.
Well, you can export the chat from the Positron within Oxygen XML editor, but you cannot export it from the Positron within WebAuthor and Content Fusion. But it's a limitation for now. Maybe we can add this also in WebAuthor and Content Fusion. Why not?
Thank you. So this was it for our Q&A session. If you have other questions, we are waiting for them on our email address, support@oxygenxml.com, or you can use the Oxygen feedback platform, the feedback commenting platform that is found in the page of today's event. Regarding our upcoming events, we invite you to look over our events page on the oxygenxml.com site, where we update it regularly, and you can see our schedule for our upcoming webinars and also for our in-person events, because a lot of events are coming soon where you can meet the Oxygen XML team in person. So with this being said, again, Bogdan, thank you for this great presentation as usual. If you have some final words for our audience.
Well, just go to the public demo servers with WebAuthor and Content Fusion and test Positron by yourself. You can do many other things that the ones that I've already presented here. Just explore it. It's amazing. You can do all kinds of stuff. And the great thing is that you can customize it for your projects, for your people, for your teams, and for your projects. Just use it, customize it, and tell us your stories.
Thank you so much, Bogdan. And this was it from our side of things. So have a great day or evening, depending on your time zone. Bye-bye.